Hi, I'm Cassandra. I'm a writing coach at Prompt, and today I'm going to give you 4 tips for avoiding college admissions readers' worst reasons for rejection. At Prompt, we're the world's leading provider of college essay coaching and feedback, and we've reviewed over 150,000 college essays. Our mission is to make students better writers, and we work with tens of thousands of students worldwide, as well as being recommended by hundreds of high schools. For more information, you can find us at prompt.com, and that link is also in the description below. Last summer, BuzzFeed posted this roundup of reasons students were rejected, according to admissions readers who wrote into a thread on Reddit. We noticed some common mistakes that could totally be avoided. And if you watch to the end of this video, we'll give you a checklist to make sure you haven't made any of them yourself. So, here's 4 ways to avoid giving admissions readers reasons to reject you when you're writing your college essay. Number 1, focus on your strengths. Let's start with this admissions reader who says, "The worst case I've seen is a kid openly admit that he was a habitual cheater throughout high school, but it taught him how to become resourceful and think outside the box." First of all, you want to highlight your strengths and not your weaknesses. While some schools will require you to submit an explanation for any disciplinary action, or you might have the opportunity to add some information to explain your academic transcript, it's probably best not to volunteer any behavior that the admissions committee might consider to be unethical.
That may be a big red flag.
Instead, you want to focus on experiences that demonstrate your strongest traits. This student mentions their ability to be resourceful and think outside the box. Those traits could totally be compelling in a different context, so I would urge this student to think about how they've used those traits or skills in a positive way and avoid the cheating context. Number 2, avoid the traumatic essay myth. This student quotes an admissions officer, "If any of you write a college essay about a tragic event in your life, it has to be tragic. An essay about how you moved in your sophomore year of high school to another state and no longer had friends with you, that is not tragic. If it is supposed to be a tragedy or huge overcoming, then it must be a tearjerker." Every time I see an essay about overcoming a lame obstacle, it instantly hits the bin. Okay, so it seems like this particular admissions reader was having a bad day. But I get the point. We do see quite a few essays from students who think they need to write about the most dramatic or traumatic event that happened to them, and the definitions of dramatic and traumatic are subjective. But even if your topic would be considered tragic, remember that college admissions readers are less interested in what happened to you and more interested in what you've done and who you are. So let's say that your strongest trait is your intellectual curiosity. While your move or your parents' divorce may well have been an incredibly significant event in your life, if you can't write about it in a way that demonstrates that strongest trait, you're not giving the admissions reader the information they're looking for. But if you can showcase one of your strongest character traits and the topic is really important to you, it can be successful. Next, know your audience. This admissions officer at W&M tells the story of a student she was just about ready to accept when she saw that at the end of the essay, the student had written, "And that's why I want to go to UVA." Okay, so this is an obvious one to avoid. Proofread your essay and get the name of the school right. But it can't be overstated that demonstrating your interest in a school does make a difference. The reader wants to know that you've thought about how their school aligns with your values. You can demonstrate your interest in a Why Us essay by referencing specific programs or opportunities that make you want to attend the school. Here we have another student who wasn't thinking about their audience. This admissions reader rejected the student because he said he didn't believe in data during our interview. Whether it's in an interview or in your admissions essay, you want to be thinking about how your opinions and perspectives will be perceived. It's nearly impossible to know what your admissions reader's personal views will be, even if you think you can make a solid guess based on the atmosphere of the school. If you expose a potentially controversial view, especially about something related to identity or politics, and the admissions reader doesn't share that view, you could cause them to lose interest or even get offended, and both outcomes could lead to rejection.
Okay, it's a no.
And then we have this student. "I think you were at my school and you are from school name. I have some questions first. I took the ACT and got a 17 but a 23 in math. What scholarships does that get me? Do you have classes with star b-ball player? He's so dope. I want to study biochemistry and cure cancer. I really want to go to your school, but I'm going to go on my own terms."
Where do I start?
Well, admissions readers at any academic institution are going to be looking for correct grammar and proper spelling. And most students could probably infer that a potential celebrity citing is not going to be the most compelling reason in a Why Us essay. But I've seen many less obvious versions of this mistake. It's pretty common for students to list a school's location or its pretty campus as a reason for wanting to attend. But those reasons could be given for any school in a given city or any school with a nice campus. And they could even be viewed as just using the school as a vehicle to get to the city or to live in a nice place. Admissions readers will be much more interested in unique academic opportunities or programs at the school that make you want to attend. Tip number 4, have someone else read your essay. This admissions reader said, "One time we had an applicant whose personal statement started out saying that he wanted to be a doctor because a doctor's white coat or a surgeon's scrubs are aphrodisiacs." Okay, this student definitely sounds like he watched way too much Grey's Anatomy.
Choose me. Love me.
But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. My instinct is that he just went too far down a thesaurus rabbit hole. Maybe he was looking for a different way to describe something that made him feel excited, and he landed on aphrodisiac without fully understanding the definition. If this sentence read something like, "I'm excited about the image of white coats because they symbolize healing," the reader might not have given it a second thought. Let this be a lesson to be selective and sparing with your synonyms. The next student had a similar problem. He mentioned the show Dexter in his essay and then ended his essay with something along the lines of, "I would definitely become Dexter and kill bad guys." I think I can give some universal advice that it's never a great idea to imply that you want to kill people, however villainous. But I've read some similarly sinister essays that were a bit less obvious. This happens most frequently in essays about a student's interest in medicine. While it might be true, a phrase like, "I've always liked bones," sounds a lot creepier than an alternative like, "An x-ray I had when I was younger inspired my interest in the functions of the skeletal system." And while it's awesome that you're interested in research related to pediatric medicine, please don't articulate that as a desire to experiment on children. The good news is that those last few mistakes can be avoided by just having someone else read your essay. Ideally, you want to find an objective reader who doesn't know you as well as your friends, parents, or a favorite teacher. While those folks can certainly provide valuable insight, you want to find someone who doesn't know you as well so they can help you understand how your essay is coming across to an admissions reader. And that brings us to our checklist of 4 things you can do to avoid making these mistakes in your essays. Number 1, identify the strengths and weaknesses you've highlighted in your essay. Have you identified the strongest quality you want your admissions reader to know about? Have you included any negative traits that might not be compelling? The answers to these questions will help you add and make cuts as necessary. Number 2, avoid the traumatic essay trope. If you do write about a dramatic topic, ask yourself, can I show that I came out of it as a better person? Can I write about actions I've taken as a result of the experience? Number 3, write for your audience. Call the school by the correct name. Then, check out our Why Us strategy in the article linked below for tips on how to combine your college-related interests with research on how the school satisfies those interests. Number 4, find an objective reader. You want someone to read your essay who can mimic the perspective of an admissions reader. And those are our tips for avoiding college admissions readers' worst reasons for rejection. For more tips and college essay advice, head to our Writing Center, writingcenter.prompt.com, which is also linked in the description below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and let us know in the comments if you have college essay questions you'd like us to answer in future videos. Thanks for watching!